Hey guys, this is EpicEpics here, coming at you guys with a new video. I apologize for not making any content for a while, but with the International 3 coming up, I thought I'd make a special chest opening video. I have 80 chests right here and 80 keys. I'm gonna open all of them up, and while I'm opening these chests, I invited XKai and Victor here, Miku too, to talk about some of the stuff that's going on in TI. So, I haven't been really in the scene, so I'm looking for these guys to talk about items, teams, who their favorites are, and basically what they think is going to happen. I'm going to get started on the opening. So, Kai, what do you think is going to happen in the solo championships, if you care about that, or what do you think are the wild card going to go, and how do you think basically the tournament's going to go in the end?
Well, I think for the wild card, it's Rattlesnake versus Quantic.
Quantic game.
Quantic has overall better teamwork because they've been together longer. Rattlesnake being the new team, but Rattlesnake personally has better individual skill. So I think it could go either way, with Rattlesnake being a slight favorite. I was really sad that VG's not there. Really wanted to see VG play, because CTY is one of the best solo mids out there.
Yeah, CTY won the Chinese solo tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you think about the the 8 players that gets to play? Are you surprised that Super from DK didn't get to play?
I just felt like there was excuse me, a lot of talent. There was definitely people like YYF. He's also really good. And Sylar or Joe even can play decent mid. There's just too many players to choose from. I think they tried to balance it out and have one team member represent a team kind of thing, and balance it out based on obviously popularity and skill.
Well, who do you think is gonna take it?
I would say Ferrari or Dendy.
Ferrari or Dendy.
Maybe Ice. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe Ice.
Well, isn't Mushi, I think, Trun's old, what is it? It's Trun's old mentor, per se?
Something like that. I know
something like that, right? So he probably has probably the most experience, and he's definitely a really good player. Do you think he maybe had a chance to take a go
I
at
don't
the
think there's
champions
a clear favorite in the
Alright.
1v1
Well, what do you think the team? Well, for you guys who don't know, IG was the champion last year, and then after the International 2, they went undefeated for a total of 8 months. And then suddenly, when the summer started, I think something happened with Joe. Joe was saying on his Chinese social media, Twitter, stuff like, "Oh, I apologize for the poor performance of IG lately," but yeah, what do you think happened there? What do you think is going on with IG? Do you think they're just as strong? They went undefeated for 8 months. And also, aside from IG, what do you think are some of the newer teams? Basically, Alliance, Liquid, Dignitas coming in. Do you think they have a very strong lineup, very strong fight right now? What do you think?
Well, the North American squads, I think, going in have a lot to prove, since nobody really pays attention to North American Dota.
That's true. But Alliance is not really North American, right?
Europe has some strong teams, Asia has some strong teams, and then this is kind of the proving ground for North America almost. Every team that is expected to go through, or is probably going to go through, Navi, Alliance, LGD. IG is a big question mark right now. You don't know if it's the IG of TI2 that's going to show up, or the IG of recent times where they're just dropping games left and right.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Victor, what do you think? You've been pretty quiet though.
Well, the last time I saw IG play was probably a month ago, and I think they improved a bit ever since their sudden loss a few months ago to started with Tongfu, and then they got stomped in the G1 in China. But then I think they did improve a bit, and their performance are a little bit more steady. So I'm looking forward to seeing after a month of not seeing them in any tournaments, I think they'll perform pretty well also. It'll be up to the standards, to say.
I think so too. I mean, it's probably the biggest tournament in esports right now, with the prize money now at 1.4 million for number one. So, you know, they can mess up the other tournaments that they were playing. Like, even though they're pretty top tier Chinese tournaments, it doesn't really compare to, you know, to the international, right? The event. So I think they probably would take it pretty seriously.
Well, I don't think they weren't taking the previous tournaments seriously. It's just suddenly their teamwork seems to have fell apart, and like you do see them trying. I guess the drafts were a little bit weird too back then, but after the patch and everything, like who knows?
Well, what do you think? What do you guys think of Alliance though? Like strategically, I feel like for the few games that I did watch in the past few months, like they started some pretty interesting metas. The 1 minute, the 5-man teleport Roshan during the, I think, the Super League. For those of you who didn't watch that, basically they picked up a Ursa and went to level 1 Rosh. But instead of usually walking to it and maybe getting caught off because it's too obvious, they 5-man TP'd. And by the time the other team walked to the Rosh pit, it was already over and they actually already finished the Rosh. So that was a huge play on their part, and they took the game very candidly. I don't know, do you guys think, you know, something like that may happen again?
Interestingly, I actually thought about this question. Like, hypothetically, I thought about like in a like in a TI3 tournament in a match. Let's say Alliance pick a similar lineup, like say the level 1 Rosh lineup, but they don't TP there. They don't do it. They don't do the Rosh. Would the other team all buy TPs just because they expect Alliance to do it too? And then in that way, you're making every player on the other team waste 135 gold for nothing.
Well, Kai and I actually
really
talked about the
like
counter to that, right? We thought we would, you know, we would get a Clockwork or we would get a Furion and just have one man to scout and disrupt the entire Rosh. And in that way, with the Furion, you have a free TP, right? Whereas the other team would have to, well, they would get scouted out and they would be under tremendous pressure to back off. And at the same time, you know, instead of just disrupting them, you also scout them out, so you know exactly where the opponent is, what they're doing. So I feel like, in that sense, you know, that could work out, right? A Furion or a Clock, anyone who has kind of a global presence is kind of a counter to that. So I'm sure if we thought about that, they wouldn't. They would probably pick one up just to counter that strategy.
Yeah.
Because
it actually put tremendous pressure on my TI predictions.
Just
level 1 Rosh, like the percentage of it because of Alliance. Now I'm not sure how to put it.
Just an update. Okay, so I opened 40 chests, no immortal so far. Freaking sad.
Why are you so bad at opening chests?
So, for you guys who doesn't know, Victor is a huge trader. Miku too. You guys can add him. He's a huge trader. He plays a lot too. You guys should add him and just chat with him. He trades up. He's like the guy on eBay that traded with a pen, traded up, and traded for a car. So same deal. He freaking I don't think he spent very much on the Dota 2 game, and he just been trading, and his items are crazy. And anyways, for TI, he bought 30 chests, I believe, and he got.
I opened around. Well, I got the Oski with. I got the Oski on like my 17th chest opening, but in total I opened about 40.
40
and
chests.
Oski was the only one I got.
Wow, it's doing a lot better than I am right now. It's
I got a friend I know opened 20 and he got Oski and Trapjaw.
Freaking guy.
Super jealous.
Freaking guy. Because in case you guys don't know, on the marketplace, you're selling those couriers for how much, Victor?
Well, Oski alone already covered all the keys that I used to open the chest. I opened 40 chests. Right? Oski right now on the market is selling for about 60 to 70 keys. So that one courier alone already covered more than the keys that I used to open the boxes. And I get like 39 other rares, right?
Yeah.
That's why I see it as the Immortal Couriers a good investment. So I personally traded in the Magic Carpet Smeevil also, which is the most expensive courier like right now, is selling for over 100 keys. And that's when the courier is still in supply right now because of the chest and because there will be drops during the TI. So I expect after TI, the price will definitely rise more than 100 keys. And I will have earned a profit. Like I used around 90 keys to trade for it right now, and I think this is a good investment. So I
I'm
traded one in.
pretty surprised. It costs 90 keys, but on the marketplace you can actually buy it for I think $170. That is a lot less than 90 keys. 80 keys cost $200.
Well,
Why is there a discrepancy between the marketplace and the key cost?
Well, in the marketplace, what a key is actually worth is only around $1.90 because they charge you like the transaction fee and stuff. So you pay $250, and in the end you don't get like the full $250. You'll get like $190. So $190 is the standard price on the market price, and if you divide $190 by $1.90, that's around 100 keys also. So it's a pretty fair like comparison to the key price in
Okay.
websites like Dota Trade or Dota Lounge.
Well, instead of, because Kai is actually, he has to go, so instead of talking about TI, maybe we could talk a bit more about just trading and stuff. I know for a friend of mine, he actually played Diablo 3 and he made $10,000 at a month just on the game, and he made totally over 100K on the entire game right now in a year and a half, right? So, you know, what about Dota? Are there some sort of opportunities where you can, you know, maybe buy these kind of things like that magic carp item, and then you trade it for the keys, and then you sell the keys one by one on a third-party market site for maybe $2 and $2 instead of 190, and in turn you're making a 10 cents profit, and through these microtransactions actually make a lot of money. Is that viable?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Like if you have a huge enough inventory base that allows you to do like trades easily on like different websites. Like one I use frequently is Dota Lounge and Dota Trade, and basically you can like your method works too. Like you can sell the keys one by one, or in Dota Lounge you can offer up a huge item like a Dragon Claw, like Immortal Dragon Claw hook for Pudge, and then there will be people who buy with real money, and then you can transact just that way, and then people will give you like $100 or $200 for whatever premium items you have. Or you can choose to sell the keys, but then the problem with selling the keys is the Steam market, they put the cheapest price on the top of the list. So if you're selling your items at the same price as other people, you won't know when it is your turn that people will actually see your item on the first page and be able to buy it. So sometimes you'll have to like wait a while if your price isn't the lowest. And then on Dota Lounge, it's actually different. You have to bump up your trades, and when you bump it up, it'll show up on the first page, and like there's like thousands of people who check it every second. So more chance that your trade will be exposed to people than Steam market.
By bumping up, you mean just commenting on your trade so that it shows that the trade is still active? Is that?
Oh no, in Dota Lounge there's a bump option. Like if I think it's around like 30 to 45 minutes. If like after you bump it up, like around like 30 to 45 minutes, there's the bump option. Like there's a bump button that shows, and then you can press it, and then your trade will instantly like refreshes to the top of the like trading list in the homepage.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I actually didn't know that. And that doesn't cost you anything?
No, it doesn't cost anything.
There must be some sort of time limit to it, right? So you're not spamming the trade channels.
Oh yeah, like the button doesn't show. Like it'll only show after a certain time period, and then you can press it, and then it'll disappear, and then you can't bump it anymore.
I see.
Until it shows up again. There's an option in Dota Lounge, I know, that if you donate money, there's an option called auto bump, and then it'll automatically bump it for you whenever like it's possible to bump a trade, and you don't have to do it manually.
I see. Well, for Dota 2, you know, the items are purely cosmetic, right? But do you think there is still a big enough market for the in-game items? Because you know, in Diablo, you know, the game is actually it's tied to the gear that you have, right? Your character is as good as the gear that you have.
Yes,
there is some sort of control to it. Whereas Dota, it's all about skills. It doesn't really matter what item you have. You can have a full set of immortals, but you know, people on IG will still beat your ass. But so you know, why do you think people still spend money on there? And is there as much of an incentive to spend money on the game? Is it just because the game is just fun, so people wouldn't mind spending money on it, or what do you think?
I think it's definitely like there's definitely a market for it. There's a lot of people that would buy these cosmetic items for ridiculous prices. Like let's say for me, I can confidently say I can easily cash out my whole inventory right now with like within a day or two, because
Okay.
the market is really big. I guess it's just some people who there's a collector's type who likes to collect like a lot of rare items, like just to show off their inventory, and there's actually people who enjoy like their hero looking differently or having a super rare item on their favorite hero, like Pudge or like oh any hero that they
That's
like,
true.
right?
That's true. Pudge is a fun hero and very
Yeah.
much a popular one. All right, it's the last chest. I still don't have a goddamn immortal courier. All right.
Oh.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, it's a rare wings. Okay, so I opened all of my chests. I think I got maybe 10 mythicals, maybe a bit more. I'm not too sure. I'll have to count it later. But I do not have an immortal courier, so I guess I will have to trade for one later. But guys, add Victor. He is extremely knowledgeable. I see a lot of my friends. I have a lot of pending requests from friend list, but I'm unable to accept all of them because of all the giveaways. Monthly, I need to add new people, and for different tournaments, I need to add people and talk to them. Victor is a super friendly guy. If you add Victor, you could watch our games. He is right here, Miku 2, with this anime character face. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, I'll keep you guys updated in the TI, and I'll probably do a giveaway of the different extra mythical items that I got during the chest opening. You know, enjoy TI 3, and thanks for playing Dota. Thanks for watching me. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. See you guys next time.